book by going to producejustice.com. And I'm not just talking about in that book about what the problem is, because I've already concluded what the problem is. It's white supremacy. I make suggestions about what an individual can do about it. And that's one suggestion that I am making, because I have found it to be effective. I don't try to use anything that's not effective. When I start using the term white supremacy, and you can get the book by going to producejustice.com, I notice white people sit up and take notice. They don't like to have that term attached to them, even though they gave it to me. That just goes to show you something. You ought to study why that is. I can say that they are nobody. I can call them, all kinds of names. I hear black people calling white people names that I never call them, and will not call them. Names like cracker and all this type of stuff. I don't use that kind of language. But if I imply, and I don't even call them white supremacists, but if I say that they could be one, it seems like they back away from me when I say that. Now, why is that? Black people ought to ask why that is. It might be because I'm coming close to the truth. And that's one thing that the white supremacists never want a black person to come anywhere close to, is the truth. The system of white supremacy demands that only white people are supposed to know the truth about anything. And black people are supposed to pump themselves up on everything that is totally nonsensical false. And I notice there are a lot of white people who feel very comfortable with the word white privilege. Because what does privilege mean? Privilege means that you ask somebody, all right, that you made a contract with somebody. That's what privilege kind of implies. See, that's a softer word than supreme. See, a white supremacist in 2017, the refined white supremacist, does not want that label at all. But that's exactly who they are, because they are the ones that tell people what to do, and people that they tell what to do, when they tell black people what to do, and it's not just telling them what to do, it's telling them what to do that's going to be of harm to black people. And the black person doesn't know what to do about it. You have to keep your mind on what supreme means. It means you are faced with something that is overwhelmingly harmful to you, and you don't know what to do about it, whatever that force is. If it's nothing but a bear or a moving wall or a tidal wave or a white person, a person with white skin, making you do something you don't want to do and you don't know what to do about it. That is supremacy by any definition, like it or not. But supremacy can be overcome if you face that fact. You have to face it first. You can't run and hide from something that's supreme over you. You have to turn around and grab it by the horns. But you have to know how to do it. But I know I can understand it. Fear will make me say, well, it ain't happening. Drug me up so that I don't feel it. And many of us do just that. Get drugged up so that we don't feel the effects of white supremacy, because that's why we're getting drugged up. We can't stand the pain, and we don't know what to do about it.